A lot of you guys are probably wondering what the difference between you and a professional Counter-Strike player is. And luckily today, I have pretty much everything that you need to know so you guys can fully understand where you and a professional Counter-Strike player stand and what the big differences are and why they might play better and you might play worse, or one might simply just be this amazing star player and you're just some, low-level rank in Premier. I'm going to go through some of these and you guys can really think about them and really just chew on them and try to understand it. Maybe it can even help your own game. But before I get into this little rant, make sure you guys check out the sponsor of this video, Skins Monkey. Today's sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a CS2 skins trading site and marketplace that provides an instant way to get new skins. My favorite thing about Skins Monkey is that I can trade skins that I no longer want and trade it for a skin that is equal value. If you use code Louis CS2, you get a $5 bonus on your first trade. If you want to buy skins, you can get a 30% deposit bonus plus an extra 5% using my code. The link is down in the description. So one of the first reasons why professional Counter-Strike players are a lot better than you guys is simply just thinking about that these guys are always playing the best players that you could possibly be playing. And what I mean by that is since, they have to play literally the best of the best, they're always going to be better than you because you're playing against some, maybe some like mid-level players that don't really understand the game. Like for example, if I'm playing in a face at level 10 pug, a lot of them don't even know like the new right side A smokes that literally come right here and stand to throw these. And that's what can really separate good players and bad players. Even some don't even know the instant window smokes. But again, these pro players are obviously ahead on the meta by so much that they're always going to be aware of these new things. And also, since they are always playing the best, their skill has to be up there as well. Not only with the meta, but their skill. So they're going to have really good crosshair placement because their time to kill is literally life or death. Like peeking could just literally be instant one taps if it's, Munacy or Nico playing in window. Or maybe it's someone like Donk just running up mid and these guys are sitting here just waiting, knowing that the pressure's coming and they have to fight Donk. Like they have to be ready so fast, and having that mindset and then going into, just a random pug against some random players they never heard of, they're obviously going to dominate. And I think that's what's really important to note that you guys can take as well, is that you always have to play the best. I always get these, when I'm playing in, Face It Pug or something, and since I'm top 1,000, they're always like, oh, Louis, you got to carry us, or like the other team's complaining because they have to play me. But that's actually a really good opportunity for them to really see where they stand with a top player. If you are playing in Premier, let's say you're like 10K elo or 12K in Premier, and maybe there's, maybe a 18 or 20K on the other team. Like that's a perfect opportunity for you to really see and study your game to see if you actually are up to par, and then you can kind of compare the differences and even watch it back and just try to understand why he's better. And the simple, pretty much reason is, if you guys dive into it, is that he's always playing better players. It's not just, he practices more or maybe he's been playing longer. It's just he's so used to playing these better players that it's almost insane how ready he is for all the most uncertain things with like his crosshair placement, peaks, flashes. He's probably so much more aware than you because he just expects it because he's always playing the best. Now, another reason why these pros are definitely the best of the best is because they get paid to perform. They literally get paid to play this video game for a living. And Kobe Bryant actually had a quote about this where he talked about, he gets paid to perform. So if he feels, maybe a little sick one night or maybe he's feeling a little bit injured, he knows that people are paying tickets to go and watch him. So he's going to perform. And it's the same thing for professional Counter-Strike players. Since they're getting paid to perform, they're going to make sure that they know, all the best nades, all the best strats, all the best little gimmicks you can do, like just simple flashes like this, or maybe they have this little strat lined up where they have a nice little smoke and someone's coming here to maybe just nade this app smoke for someone to just peek into apps. Like there's so many little things that they know that they need to do since they are paid to perform. So that's just something that you guys need to remember as well. If you do work like a 9 to 5 job and you're trying to go pro and wondering why can't I go pro, maybe you need to adopt the mindset that, maybe you just pretend that you are getting paid to perform. Like when I was coming up in the scene, I always imagined myself that I was a salaried player because I was playing full time. And I just thought about how much I would actually play if I got paid to play the game. So I adopted that mindset and pretty much was on the game for almost 10 hours a day, death matching, watching demos, just running around a server like I am right now talking to you guys. Or I was just trying to find some new meta gimmick strats that might actually just win us around if we needed one. So it's very important that you guys either adopt that mindset or maybe just realize that, these guys are good because they understand that they have to perform since they're getting paid and it is their job. So their life is pretty much on the line when they are playing this game. And I know a lot of people meme on it, but the game is actually their life since they are, it's literally their job. So that's also one thing to remember that some people do forget when they are playing someone that's really good. They always forget that it literally is their life, so they should be better than you. But there is always a chance with hard work that you can definitely be better than them at one point in their career. Now, something else that you have to remember about these pro players is that most of them are backed by organizations, so they have a lot of resources. And if you're wondering what type of resources they have pretty much infinite amount of access to anything that they need. If they're playing a match and they know that, they're playing Navi and Alexi B is the B anchor, they're going to ask their analyst to find out just little gaps in his play or maybe little cues. Like maybe when he smokes apps, he's always going to run to Cat and help JL or whoever's the Cat player to like flash over for him, which tells them that they could just walk through the smoke. So being paid to perform also has its obviously the advantages as well. They probably have a nice coach that's going to help them, with those little things as well and help them with their game, tell them what they need to fix. But also they have management. They have, fitness coaches that help them with their fitness. They have people that can plan out their meals and help them with that. And I know a lot of pro players also get food stipends, like $50 a day. So if you are someone that likes to just pug all day, just imagine all that free food that you get that you can just order while, pretty much just playing Counter-Strike all day. Like they have infinite amount of resources to perform that are just handed to them. So I don't think a lot of these players take it for granted and they actually do try to perform pretty much out of their mind to make sure that all of this just doesn't go to waste, because obviously they do have a lot of fans on their back, but they do have people investing money into them that they want to make sure that they can just show like, hey, I want to keep getting this money because I'm using it correctly. You can see me in game that I'm just fragging because I'm following, the meal plans, the workouts, the analyst work. I'm listening to the coaches and so much many more. I know there's probably some hidden resources as well. Like even Furia, which was kind of weird, told them like they couldn't see their families and not masturbate, which I think is really, really weird, but we don't really talk about that. But there is a limited amount of resources for these guys, even like team houses where, you could be playing pugs and, sitting beside your teammates or watching a demo together just side by side, which I think is very fantastic, which a lot of us don't have the luxury of doing unless we make it to the tier 1 scene. So that is also just one thing to remember. So if you are discouraged and kind of wondering why you're not as good as a pro player, just remember all those little things I said in the video, and hopefully you guys kind of take that in and really chase that dream so you can have all those things that I just talked about, playing against the best, having, a good analyst, a fitness coach, a good mental coach as well, because mentality is very important in this game. Like I said, hopefully you guys study up on those tips and hopefully that inspires you to go pro with all those little things that you may not have known. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and comment down below if I did miss anything, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.